Welcome to CITAM Church Online. My name is Purity Murungi. In our previous video, we talked about faith and how faith is not a theoretical class. Now we'll continue in the same conversation, but today we are going to talk about how you should not explain away your blessing. This is Youth Cafe. Welcome. In our previous video, we talked about Jesus and how he healed a blind person, and the disciples, who were not outsiders, were starting to look for reasons why this person was blind. And in today's video, we'll just look at the remaining bit of that story, and we're going to read from the book of John chapter 9 from verse 6 to 12. And I invite you to read the scriptures with me. The Bible says, "Now when he had said these things, he spat on the ground and made clay with the saliva, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay. And he said to him, 'Go wash in the pool of Siloam.' So he went and washed and came back seeing. Therefore the neighbors and those who previously had seen that he was blind said, 'Is not this he who sat and begged?' Some said, 'This is he.' Others said, 'He's like him.' He said, 'I am he.' Therefore they said to him, 'How were your eyes opened?' He answered and said, 'A man called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said to me, "Go to the pool of Siloam and wash." So I went and washed, and I received my sight.' Then they said to him, 'Where is he?' He said, 'I do not know.'" Now, in life, human beings are very comfortable when your situations are at constant. Nothing extraordinary is happening in your life. And when God shows up, especially if you have been in one situation for so long, it is very likely that the naysayers will show up in your life. Now we see the story of this blind man. Neighbors who actually knew about this man who was blind for quite a long time, and he lived on begging. His livelihood was on begging, and you and I know that beggary doesn't bring any sustainable livelihood. So you are left at the mercies of the people that pass by, that have a goodwill, and even if they have goodwill, they may never give you something substantial. In fact, they look down upon you. Of course, when you're begging, you're down there. So the people that look at you from down where you are. They look down on you. Now this man, Jesus comes and heals him. And after healing, the neighbors say, "Is this not the man that was begging?" Of course, they were very skeptical about it. And you can imagine from what we have read, they got to a point where they were saying, "Yes, is he." Others said, "He looks like him," because the human nature is not able to comprehend big things, miracles, blessings from God. When God shifts your life from a very low place to a big place, those who knew you may not be able to identify with where you have moved to. So do not be offended when people meet with you and you're so blessed and they say, "You don't look like you, maybe it's someone else." They even went ahead to ask for an explanation for the miracle, for the blessing that had showed up in the life of this man that has been set free by God. He went ahead even to explain away the blessing. Even after explaining away the blessing, they are actually looking for this Jesus that you're talking about. They were full of doubt that actually this man had been set free. When God blesses you and shows up, because when God shows up, especially if you have been waiting for a very long time for a blessing, God moves you from one place to a place where the human mind cannot comprehend. It is not up to you to start explaining away how and why it happened, because that's none of your business. The man says, "All I know is that I was blind and now I see. I actually don't know this guy where he went." He was not even concerned about where Jesus went. He was so grateful that he could see. Now, many times when people show up skeptically, wondering, are you really the one? Because God comes and changes our stories completely. And I hope this message that is there to help somebody that is wondering whether their lives will ever change. Because you feel like you're the least of them all. You're down there. People look down upon you because of their challenges. Maybe you have been blind for so long. Of course, blind in quotes, sometimes physical blindness, sometimes your life is shut down to the world because, of course, a blind person is not able to see even the good things of this life. They are not able to see what is happening around them. And suddenly God shows up through his son and shows up in your life and turns around your story. And people show up trying to ask for an explanation. Never try to explain it because they will never understand. Even after explaining, they will be looking for this God who has done it for you. Unless they are looking out for you to experience or to have an encounter with this your God, the rest of the details, you should not explain them away. However, if they show up and they want to have this God who has done it for you, you can help them have a personal relationship with him. So if you're watching this video and you are down, the only thing that can happen to you when you're at the rock bottom is to start rising up. There is no progression at the rock bottom. The only progression is upwards. So be encouraged. Be inspired. Know that God is showing up in your life. Have your faith activated. Let your hope come alive, that God will help you. Thank you for watching CITAM Church Online. My name is Purity Murungi. You've been watching Youth Cafe. God bless you. And if you want to connect with us, you can get to our social media platforms, the Facebook page at the inbox section. If you are not comfortable putting it out there, you can get us at the inbox section. We'll counsel with you. You can get us at the DM on our Twitter page. Follow us on the Instagram page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll be getting real-time content that will help you build your faith and also inspire you to keep walking the journey of life. Thank you for watching. God bless you.